Thank you very much for this invitation. We would like to present our project in this Venice Biennale, the Metabolic Home, new forms of cohabitation and decarbonization in the dense city, which is in collaboration with Areti. I'm Lydia Kallipoliti, and we have been working on this project for a long time now, mostly since the Tallinn Architecture Biennale. And the project is basically a living understanding domesticity as a living ecosystem, a kind of stage set where humans co-produce the space with different kinds of other species, organic matter, materials. And the idea is that the waste of one space, of one room, becomes input and a resource for another space.
So the Metabolic Home is actually reconceptualizing the idea of circularity through metabolism. In a way, here there is a home that is a system where humans, microbes, machines, technology coexist. But more than anything, it's a system that is being only put in operation if we have the habitation of humans and non-humans.
So here we just see the bedroom, and the bedroom is made of salt bricks, the kind of base of the bed, which are produced in the laboratory. And it's important to see that the connections of different kinds of materials, these pipes are symbolizing basically different kinds of inputs and outputs of each space. So you see the salt bricks are coming from the lab and are being produced with salt from the kitchen through a crystallization process in the lab. And the mattress is done with plant roots that comes from the garden.
So the kitchen of a house is an important space where we actually cook and digest and process and eat. And the kitchen generates organic waste, and that organic waste is being sent to two different places. One is the biomass tank, where we actually generate biomass energy to heat our house. But our organic waste also goes to our storage, which is a different idea of how we store. We are actively growing from bacteria in order to be able to generate fermentation processes. We grow and we grow our own kombucha. We are creating our own yogurt, but also through organic waste such as rice husk, or even our textile waste could become new materials.
And this is the bathroom. It is the connection of the body and the waste of the body to the sewer systems. And we're understanding the toilet as a generator of methane and energy. But also, you see here that urine and human excrement is separated and is becoming a resource to generate energy. But also, wastewater from the toilet is rerouted to the garden for hydroponic cultivations. And there's also processing of urine through a very particular process here to create antiseptic. The next space is the light well, which is a very narrow space with little light, which is damp and dark. And this brings very prime conditions for growing matter. And this is such a case where we are growing mycelium, which can produce building material, substrates to create other materials within the house, and also edible matter, a small percentage. It's also aired to create the kind of right moisture content in the air by the laundry, and the wet mass of clothes that are drying becomes the generator for a cooling breeze throughout the house.
Then we're considering the lounge, which is a space that we relax at home, but also lounge could have different types of byproducts that we can take advantage of. For instance, our snacks, our almonds, through a scientific filtration method, can allow us to generate biodiesel and biogas. So our snack could eventually power the projector and give us the energy that we need in order to see a movie. And then, of course, what is a house without a garden or a protective space where it is a hydroponic system? It's a perfect system for dense urban environments. The hydroponic garden is able to offer edibles to our table, but also a hydroponic system could eventually feed the kitchen. And then our balcony is an urban pollinator. It is made out of the waste of cork that we can generate in our house through, wine stoppers, for instance. But it's also created out of the mycelium bricks that we grow in the light well. And that pollinator wall enhances biodiversity in the surrounding, but also allows this to become either an insect hotel or a bee attractor, and then bees will eventually give honey to our table.
So overall, the metabolic house is questioning concepts of how we inhabit homes, how we inhabit cities, and we're asking the inhabitants to co-produce space, to live not passively, and it's in constant production.
And that generates another perspective of the space, because you need to take care of your house in order for the house to take care of you. And of course, that's a different concept beyond maintenance of a house. And then people, species that inhabit the space is the only way to activate that metabolism.